This is very important information if you have a puppy or you're going to get a puppy. Very important, so please listen up. If you're going to get a puppy or you have a puppy, it's probably not going to have all its shots. It's a series of shots to get the dog's immune system up, and young puppies, their immune system isn't up because they're young. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like the vaccinations, you have to get one and then you get a boot. Do you want, okay? So if you're going to buy a puppy and you're traveling with the puppy and you want to let the puppy out to go to the bathroom, don't stop at a rest stop and do it, because that's where everybody else does it with their puppies that aren't fully vaccinated. Dogs can have illnesses and show no signs, but be shedding that virus. So you want to make sure and don't do that. Don't take the dog any place, your puppy, that other dogs are. Don't take them to a dog run. Don't stop at rest stops. See what I'm saying? This is very, very important. The other thing that's important about this is that even somebody that has a dog, right? Say they have a puppy and they see your dog and they want to pet it. Get them away. Don't let anybody pet your dog, first of all, because it's going to be conditioning and excitement. That is not proper socialization of a dog. This is a myth, okay? Your dog could have a fear response and then they're conditioning that in, or the dog could be excited and then they're conditioning that in. So don't let them pet your dog. And the other reason why is that you don't know. They could have a puppy and the puppy could be ill. They could have the virus on their hands and they could spread it to your dog. So many dogs get sick by people going to the breeder. They look at several different litters and one litter is sick. And then they go to the next litter and then they make that litter of puppies sick. This is a fact, man. There is parvo, there's distemper, there's all kinds of shit that the puppy can get. You want to minimize this. Now, it is important that you do not use wee-wee pads. And it is important that you start taking the dog out. And you're sort of minimizing everything. And I'll tell you something else, is parvo and distemper can be brought in on shoes, tires. This is all proven. So saying, well, I'm not going to take my dog out until it has all its shots is absurd. It is, and it's no guarantee that your dog isn't going to get sick. So I'm just telling you, don't shoot the messenger. I know that there's going to be vets that are going to say, no, don't ever put the dog on the ground. If you have a backyard and no dogs go in it, or you know the dogs that are in there and they're all vaccinated and not sick, that would be a safe area. Do you see what I'm saying? If you take the dog right outside your front door and have the dog go to the bathroom right there, that's fairly safe. That's using common sense. A lot of this is common sense. You wouldn't take the puppy that's not fully vaccinated and walk it 5 blocks around a city like New York City with a bunch of dogs. If you live in Brooklyn or New York City and you want to start housebreaking your dog, which is what I recommend, you take it right outside the door. You don't start walking it down by the park where other dogs are. Remember, ultraviolet light kills viruses. Okay? If you want to use some bleach outside where you're going to, you know, take your dog, this little area right outside your door, bleach kills viruses. You have to use common sense. You want to get the dog housebroken. You do not ever want to use wee-wee pads. Wee-wee pads are scented with a pheromone to attract the dog. It smells like shit and piss to the dog. So by you bringing those in the house with that very young dog, the companies that make these products know this, that you're influencing this dog at an early age. You're going to be buying those things for the rest of the dog's life. I have no idea how big of a problem of this is. I have people contacting me all the time. I used wee-wee pads with the dog, and now the dog isn't going on. Yeah, because using the wee-wee pad just trained the dog to go inside. Do you see what I'm saying? Like the dog, they stop going on the wee-wee pad, they just start going wherever. You want the dog to be housebroken. You want the dog to understand not to go in its den. You're not going to be able to do that by using wee-wee pads, okay? They smell like shit and piss to the dog. You bring those things in. You're training the dog to go to the bathroom in the house. That's a fact. That fresh patch thing is just as ridiculous. They're gonna send you sod every week so that your dog's going. It's the same thing. It's the same principle. Using a litter box with the dog. Why are you so fucking lazy that you want the dog to go in a litter box? Italian Greyhound owners are notorious for doing this. It's unnatural for your dog to be shitting in its den. It's always somebody that's real lazy. Listen, dogs are a lot of work. They're absolutely a lot of work. It's not about convenience having a dog. That's why you should use a raw diet. And it's really not that more difficult, and it's cheaper to buy raw chicken at the store than use pet food. Pet food is unhealthy for your dog. It can give your dog bloat, a myriad of health problems. It's caused a pandemic among our pets. They put grain in cat food. You know why they do that? They put grains and other fillers. And by the way, if you hear somebody say, well, I give my dog grain-free, that's no better. It's got potatoes and apples and other things that dogs shouldn't eat. And there's so much of it in there that, and the reason why they put so much of it in there is so that the pet food company can make money. That's what it's all about. Do some research. I have a playlist on raw diets. You should give your dog a raw diet. As soon as I have a dog coming here, it's a puppy, it's about 8-9 weeks old, we're switching it into a raw diet. Am I going to give it bone-in chicken? No, it's too young. I'll grind it, or I'll use a store-bought prepared raw diet until the dog has teeth, which this dog will probably be done before all its milk teeth go out. But that's the point. I'll either grind it for the dog or smash it up for the dog, because that's what would be happening at this point. The wolf would bring it home and regurgitate it. You know? If you're listening to anybody on Facebook, or not Facebook, on YouTube, that's supposedly the dog expert and is telling you raw diet, that it's okay to give an 8-week-old puppy bone-in chicken and bones like that, you need to fucking check yourself, and he should be checking himself, because that's the improper thing to be doing. Okay? That is totally improper. You're hearing this from a person that's totally pro-raw diet. But when you're dealing with a puppy, you do not give them bone like that. They have to be able to have the muscles to crunch it up. They have to know how to work it. Don't listen to everything that you hear on YouTube. But seriously, this is honest God truth. If you bought a puppy and you're bringing it home, do not stop at a rest stop or any other place that you think that a dog's going to be. If you have a backyard and you know nobody's dog has been back there, it's safe. If you have a neighbor that got a puppy, you don't put the puppies together and have them play. That is not safe. This is a fact. The dog might look totally healthy, and then 48 hours later, it's sick. I think the incubation period for parvo is about 10 or 12 days. See what I'm saying? The dog could be totally ill, then all of a sudden your dog's ill and you got 2 dogs that die. Use some common sense. Get the dog out, but don't go pet your neighbor's puppy and then come over and play with your puppy. Hope this makes sense. And by the way, you want to get your dog housebroken? Don't use pet food, because it's filled with, it has a lot of filler in it. It goes in the dog, it expands and pushes out. Pushes on the dog's bladder. It's not effective to get your dog housebroken. Use a raw diet with a low fiber profile. Abity makes a great raw diet for puppies and adult dogs. Check into Abity. That's it.